Dusk crept through the narrow alley, casting elongated shadows against the worn cobblestones. Raindrops pattered softly on the awning of an old bookstore, their rhythm mingling with the faint creak of wooden shelves inside. The air smelled of damp wood and aged paper, a scent both grounding and nostalgic. Aida, a 25-year-old woman, traced her fingers over the spines of countless books. Her hands were cold, but the true chill lay deeper, nestled in the corners of her restless mind. Her eyes wandered across titles, yet her thoughts floated elsewhere, toward an uncertain future, past failures, and a gnawing fear of never truly arriving at peace. She stopped at the philosophy section, her hand instinctively reaching for an ancient leather-bound book. The cover bore golden letters that read, Tao Te Ching. A gentle voice pierced the quiet. What you seek is already seeking you. Startled, Ada turned around. Standing before her was an elderly man, dressed in simple earth-tone robes. His long beard flowed like silver threads, and his eyes carried the weight of centuries, gleaming with an almost ethereal wisdom. Ada asked, "Excuse me, who are you?" The old man smiled, his gaze steady yet kind. Old man said, "You are lost and you think the answers are hidden in words." Ada clutched the book tighter, her voice laced with hesitation. Ada said, "Maybe. I just want a little peace." The old man gestured to a wooden chair by a foggy window, the dim glow of a street lamp casting ripples of light on the floor. Old man said, "Come, sit. Sometimes conversations take us where books cannot." Ada sat down, her heart racing. The old bookstore seemed to breathe around them, each creak of the wood a quiet witness to their meeting. Ada asked, "Who are you?" Old man replied, "I am Laozi. Not in the flesh, perhaps, but as a voice from within you, a voice you've silenced for too long." Ada laughed nervously, her fingers playing with the edge of the book. Ada said, "Am I hallucinating?" Laozi replied, "Does it matter? Whether real or imagined, the question is, why are you here?" Ada lowered her gaze, her voice barely a whisper. Ida said, "Because I'm tired of running. It feels like no matter how hard I try, nothing is ever enough. Even when I achieve something, the happiness fades so quickly, and I'm left feeling empty again." Laozi nodded slowly, his eyes soft with understanding. Laozi said, "You are like someone trying to hold on to water with clenched fists. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. Life is like that." Ada then said, "So what? I should just give up? Stop trying?" Laozi turned to a small candle flickering on the table. Its gentle flame danced, unaffected by their conversation. Laozi said, "Look at this flame. Do you think it struggles to burn? No, it simply exists, fueled by what it needs. Life works the same way. When you let go of the need to control everything, what you truly need will come to you naturally." Ida said, "But we've always been taught that success requires relentless effort." Laozi chuckled, the sound like the rustle of leaves in the wind. Then said, "Effort is necessary. Suffering is not. Imagine planting a seed. Would you dig it up every day to check if it's growing? Or would you water it, give it sunlight, and trust nature to do the rest?" They stepped out of the bookstore, rain still falling in a soft, steady rhythm. The alley was deserted, streetlights casting golden reflections on the wet stones. Ada asked, "Are you saying if I just let go, life will fix itself?" Laozi replied, "Not exactly, but if you empty your mind of fear and anxiety, you will see your path more clearly. Stillness breeds clarity." They stopped by a small stream, rainwater trickling through fallen leaves. The surface of the water rippled with every raindrop, distorting the reflections of the night sky. Laozi said, "Look at the stream. If the water is muddy, stirring it only makes it cloudier. But if you leave it be, the dirt settles and the water becomes clear. Your mind is like that. The more you wrestle with your worries, the more turbulent they become. But in stillness, the answers rise to the surface." Ada asked Laozi, "So, I need to learn to just be?" Laozi smiled, his eyes twinkling like distant stars, then said, "Exactly. To exist in the present, without judgment or attachment. This is the Tao, the way of nature. They reached Aida's apartment building. She turned to Laozi, her heart feeling lighter than it had in months. Told him, "I think, for the first time, I understand that maybe the struggle itself has been my biggest obstacle." Laozi nodded, his presence as steady as the rain, and said, "Let life pass through you like the wind through trees. Don't resist the storm, learn to sway with it. Peace lies not in avoiding hardship, but in embracing life's flow." Aida smiled, gratitude swelling in her chest, said, "Thank you. I think tonight might be the first night I actually sleep peacefully." She stepped inside, closing the door gently. Curiosity tugged at her, and she turned back to the window. But the alley was empty. Laozi was gone. Only the soft patter of rain remained, falling ceaselessly on the quiet earth, as if nature itself whispered the secret Aida had been searching for all along. Stillness is the key.